2024 draft haul is complete for the Dallas Cowboys. Damian, did they move the needle at all in trying to push past really the Philadelphia Eagles and NFC East and becoming a perennial potential title contender for real in the NFL?
I think what they did was exit better than they entered. And what I mean by that is, after free agency, losing Tyron Smith, right? They have holes on the interior offensive line. To walk out of round one, they traded down. Matter of fact, to get Oklahoma's right tackle that they're probably going to play on the left side along Tyler Smith and Tyler Guyton, right? And I think this guy that you loved and you talked about during the scouting process for us here at the Draft Network on some of our scouting calls, and you highlighted him, right? I think one of your famous quotes was that he could pass protect without using his hands because that's how athletic he was, his footwork. And I think getting him in round one was big, but then a guy that I loved a lot in terms of, me, former running back, I love my big physical guys on the front line. Cooper Beebe out of Kansas State, man, to play that other guard spot opposite of Tyler Smith. Let's bring back that physicality on the offensive line, and let's get back to running the football in Dallas. It shouldn't always be on Dak Prescott's shoulders, and getting him some more protection up front is going to help that.
Yeah, they've lost some guys, right? Tyler Biotish is gone, Tyron Smith is gone, but Zach Martin's still there. You just talked about Tyler Guyton, who I do love. Cooper Beebe, for those out there that have never seen Cooper Beebe play, just walk over to your refrigerator, put a helmet on it. That's Cooper Beebe. Wide and physical type of football player that flat out gets after people vertically. I really like that addition. But also talk about physicality. Let's jump over to the other side of the ball because they also lost a guy in Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler this year. So Marshawn Kneeland from Western Michigan, we saw him at the Senior Bowl getting live eyes on him. You want to talk about a guy that's physical on early downs where you don't have any issues on those run downs to where he doesn't have to be that DPR right away. He's a physical young athlete on the edge to where you don't need to play him every down, but he has that potential to develop inside that Dallas defense where we know under Mike Zimmer that they're flat out going to get after people with those simulated pressures. But I also wanted to ask you about day 2 and day 3. Are there any picks to you that stood out in those days for Dallas?
Man, late in the draft, Justin Rogers, the defensive tackle from Auburn, if he's able to make to make the 53-man roster, guys, and if he's able to be in that rotation, what have they struggled with? Stopping the run. We saw it against Green Bay. Aaron Jones had a field day, right, in Jerry's world. And you need to, you drafted Mazi Smith last year in round 1. They said there were rumors that he dropped weight. Okay, cool. He played 3 tech. It didn't work out well for you, right? Justin Rogers can be that 0 tech, that big, strong nose that can 2-gap and handle 2 blockers, kind of take up space, keep the linebackers clean. And when you talked about Marshawn, I thought about this. If you do play Marshawn, especially early on, right? You could play him opposite of DeMarcus Lawrence, and you could have, let's say, Justin Rogers and Mazi Smith on the interior. You can play Micah Parsons off the ball on 1st and 2nd downs, then slide down DeMarcus into like the 3 tech, maybe some 2-eye roll, and put Micah on the edges. You can get very, especially who's at DC? Mike Zimmer? You can get very creative, especially because he likes to heat up the quarterback. I think they did some things to help Mike Zimmer's defense heading into 2024.
There's even another guy on day 3 that was talked about in this process as one of the higher level athletes, but the level of competition and the production really wasn't there at the smaller schools. That's Ryan Flournoy from Southeast Missouri State. Absolutely. He's a big physical kid that can go up and get it. And if he's just immediately that potential red area threat to go up and get it over a 6-foot corner in the back of the end zone, we know Dak could deliver it there. But the guys behind CeeDee Lamb, who is that going to be? Is it going to be Jalen Tolbert? Is he going to take that step? Is he that guy? I don't know if he is the guy for Dallas. So Ryan Flournoy for me, another day 3 ad. Really like him in that back end as well, on offense as well. Overall, for Dallas, when we look at this thing now here, post-draft here in Detroit, what's the grade for you when you look at this Jerry Jones Dallas Cowboys haul here in 2024?
B+. I think they hit needs, and they got guys that can step in and be day 1 impact players. Left tackle and Tyler Guyton, right guard and Cooper Beebe. I just gave you a plan for Marshawn Kneeland. These first 3 picks can be impact players as rookies.
Physical type of ball players, setting a tone in Dallas. Offense, defensive side of the ball. They're making steps. 3 early exits for Dallas here these last few years in the playoffs. Hopefully they make that move here in 2024.